And welcome into this digital edition of The 4. We're going to go right over to your weather. First Alert meteorologist Tia Michelle tracking some cold weather and then also those First Alert weather days this weekend. Tania, what is going on with that?
Well, we are watching a system this weekend, Morgan, that could be bringing us the chance to see some winter precipitation. And I want to emphasize the chance because we're still several days out, but we went ahead and declared First Alert weather days Friday night into Sunday morning as we begin to fine tune the timing and the exact possibility of what we're expecting heading into the weekend. But we're still several days out. There's lots that goes into identifying the forecast and really pinpointing exactly what we're watching. But I do just want to break down what we see right now. And of course, things can and will change heading into the weekend. But a potential winter storm could bring us the mix of rain, sleet, maybe some snow, maybe some wintry mix across central Alabama, especially our northern portions of central Alabama. But as of right now, we're holding a medium chance for impactful weather. Could be a mix of everything. We're talking about some cold rain, ice, sleet, maybe some snow possible. Too early to really determine the timing and the direct impacts, but we're watching it closely. But we could and we actually see a potential for possible power outages if this system holds up, along with some very impactful road conditions, meaning that ice can make it very slippery as you're out and about. But that's still several days out from now. Let's take a live look at what it looks like outside for your Monday. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is showing out. Big blue sky all across central Alabama. It's a beautiful day, but it is cold. We had a really cold start. Temperatures started off in the 20s. We'll see highs right now mainly in the 40s and even some low 50s. 50 degrees in Tuscaloosa, 48 in Jefferson County, 45 in Etowah County. Not bad for your day. Let's walk through your hour-by-hour forecast for the rest of your evening. We'll stay dry. We'll only hold on to a few clouds out and about tonight, but temperatures will drop quickly. We're talking about around freezing, if not below it, around 10-11 p.m. tonight. So bundle up if you have Monday night plans. If you're going to be out this evening, once that sun sets, expect temperatures to drop quickly. This is a quick look at overnight lows. You'll wake up tomorrow morning, heading back to work, taking your kids to school. Could see some teens further north. Most areas in the 20s, around 23 in Jefferson County, 24 in Tuscaloosa. Several hours with below freezing temperatures. So you know what that means. The 4 Ps. You need to remember them. The people, the pets, the pipes, and the plants. Making sure your family members have a nice warm place to be. Start thinking about ways to insulate more of those sensitive pipes and faucets. Open those cabinet doors if you need to, especially with this big drop in those temps overnight. But let's talk about our next chance of rain. We're actually going to see rain returning for our area as we approach Wednesday. This is Wednesday right around 3 p.m. Tracking a few showers for the second half of your day, but we will start dry with that rain moving in again the second half of your day. It's going to move through and become more widespread overnight into early Thursday morning. Could see some pockets of moderate to heavier downpours at times, but mostly steady rain. And those clouds and the rain will start to move out from most areas during the daylight hours Thursday, but we'll hold on to the chance for a few passing showers into your Thursday evening with rain and maybe some wintry mix into Friday night. So that's what we're tracking. And I do want to show you what I'm looking at. This is just one model showing the weekend. Now, of course, this one is a little bit more aggressive, but it is showing that there's a chance for some type of winter weather impacts. This shows us Saturday afternoon. Now, the reason why I'm not bent out of shape on this model is because Saturday afternoon around 4 o'clock, we should be above freezing. And if that's the case, this will actually be rain. So these models aren't getting a good handle on this system for the upcoming weekend. And again, that's exactly why you want to make sure you're staying up to date and informed. Take a look at that Super 7-day forecast. We've got wet weather returning for our area Wednesday. Keep an eye on the weekend. We'll be breaking down that chance for winter weather impacts more digitally coming up live at 5.
The Hueytown community today honoring Jace Watkins, an 11-year-old boy who died last month from complications due to the flu. You can see the crowd here today at Hueytown Intermediate School, where Jace was a student. He's been described as a bright light with a sweet smile who is missed every day. And you can see a bench there dedicated in Jace's honor.
When you have a young man who is well loved, that means that they had a good reputation, even as a young person, to be a friend to somebody. And you start reading the comments from people in the community, how much he meant to them. And I think that that's something that can carry over, that we have the type of friendships that Jace had. Be a friend.
Such a meaningful way to remember him. Jace's family says he had no underlying health conditions and the complications from the flu came on suddenly. New video to show you crews today making repairs after this huge water main break in Birmingham. It happened right outside the Goodwill on Green Springs Highway. Central Alabama Water officials confirming that the repair was finished around 1 o'clock this afternoon. We're told it was a small hole in an 8-inch water main that caused that big mess. Right now, Bessemer police are investigating after an Amazon employee was shot and killed at the company's fulfillment center last night. Here's video of the scene. The coroner identifying the victim as 19-year-old Tyler Alexander. He was found shot in the parking lot. At this point, police say no suspects are in custody, and it's unclear if anyone else involved was an employee. Amazon officials released a statement saying in part, quote, "We're deeply saddened by this tragic and senseless act of violence and are focused on supporting our employees during this time." They also say they're working with Bessemer police on the investigation. All shift employees at that time were sent home with pay, and day shift operations were canceled. Breaking new information from Shelby County, where deputies are investigating a shooting. They're looking for a suspect in that shooting on Polo Field Way and the Polo Crossings subdivision of Chelsea. Investigators believe this shooting was possibly related to drugs. Deputies say the victim is not cooperating with investigators. If you know anything, call the Shelby County Sheriff's Office. And we now know the name of a man shot and killed in the Lipscomb area. The coroner says it was 29-year-old Roderick Moore Jr. who was killed on Avenue K last night. No word on any arrests, but if you have any information, call the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. New on the 4, the city of Tarrant coming together to honor the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The Tarrant City Unity Brunch celebration held at Rushing Spring Baptist Church. The purpose is so the community and faith leaders could come together with neighbors to reflect on Dr. King's teachings of unity, service, and progress.
It's important that we recognize the past as well as how we continue to move forward. So it was important for me to bring this aspect to our city as I'd never seen it before.
Leaders also say events like these help strengthen community bonds and efforts to move the city of Tarrant forward. A big cleanup also happening at Huffman Ballpark in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Dozens of volunteers you see here came together to collect litter and trash around the Black Warrior River. Among those helping out were engagement coordinator Mary Allen Murray and Birmingham City Councilor Clinton Woods, the grandson and grandnephew of civil rights leader Bishop Calvin Woods Sr. and Reverend Abraham Woods Jr.
Goal is just to clean up as much as we can. We're of course going to be having our typical litter cleanup with the grabbers, the safety vests, the gloves, just rolling up our sleeves and getting after it. As well as we have lawnmowers, weed eaters, some rakes, and we're going to be doing some yard work and maintenance as well.
Service is so important, man. We're trying to do it year round, and just on a day like today for MLK and in honor of him to be able to create an opportunity for other people to serve and come out. And like I said, UAB football team, Coach Alex Mortensen, really appreciate them being here. But just see so many young men just get to reiterate and understand the importance of service.
Well, this is the 6th year volunteers have come out for that big cleanup day. And today, the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute with FedEx sponsoring free access to the museum and a day of special programming in honor of MLK.
We're in a period of history right now. We're paying tribute and learning about how people were able to force change through nonviolent means resonates. So I want people to come out of today feeling inspired, not defeated, feeling as though if 63 years ago this community could make a difference, today you can make the same difference.
Programs include performances and a roundtable discussion on Dr. King's legacy in Birmingham. Encouraging news when it comes to flu numbers from DCH in Tuscaloosa. Positive flu cases are trending downward. According to DCH, they reached a peak 3 days before Christmas with 333 cases. The number dropped by January 5th to 65 positive cases in the hospital. The CDC is now listing Alabama in the high category for flu activity, which is down from very high last week. Even though we're still in considered what's the peak flu season, the emergency room medical director, Dr. Elwyn Crawford, still recommends getting the flu shot and practicing preventative hygiene manners like washing your hands, drinking lots of water, covering your mouth when you're coughing or sneezing and staying home if you are sick. On the hardwood, the 17th ranked Alabama Crimson Tide getting a chance to catch their breath as SEC schedule starts to take hold. With no midweek game for Bama this week, you can see head coach Nate Oates at the Birmingham Tip-Off Club this afternoon. Bama has won 2 in a row, but had to make double-digit comebacks in those games. Coach Oates says the big goal right now is a league title. But the Tide also needs to do a better job of focusing on the little things.
We got 4 championships between regular season tournament. That's the standard. You know, how do we get there? I think we got to stop focusing as a team on winning the league and focus on what we got to do to get better today. So what do we have to do to get better today to win the next game?
The Tide return to action when they host Tennessee Saturday night at 7:30. Another night of cold conditions ahead means the city of Birmingham and the Jimmy Hill Rescue Mission are keeping their warming shelters open through tomorrow night. It will be open tonight and Tuesday night from 6 p.m. until temperatures get above freezing each morning. The shelter is on 2nd Avenue North, and women and children can go to Pathways on Richard Arrington Jr. Boulevard. We want to thank you for joining us for this digital edition of The 4. We'll see you right back here